a brutal loss to the Houston Texans. The Niners have a problem, and Houston is that problem. They took care of business, took us to the woodshed. Brutal loss, and the injuries kind of piled up for these Niners today. We're live here on YouTube. We're live here on Instagram, and it was a beatdown. Not gonna lie. O-line didn't look good. D-line couldn't get any push. Got to make a trade. But Kyle Shanahan was asked, and he said, "Listen, it's got to make sense for this season, for next season. We're gonna evaluate, but it has to make sense. Is it gonna help us?" And it's like, man, how's it not going to help us? Did you watch that performance? And D-line could not get pressure on C.J. Stroud. O-line Jay got bullied. I mean, that defensive line from the Texans is very filthy. I mean, I hope they can make a trade, but I mean, I see where Kyle's coming from. You don't, if you don't think you're going to make any move or like any headway in the season, like, I don't know, man. It's tough. Like, we're 6-3. It's not like it's the end of the world. We're still in a good position. It wasn't a divisional game. Wasn't even a conference game. So at the end of the day, like, the loss didn't like hurt us, but it hurts to lose this type of game. I mean, we look bad. Juwan Jennings was dropping passes, that he made some big catches, inconsistent. Mac Jones was getting blasted out there. He was throwing behind receivers. Christian McCaffrey didn't look good to this week. You know, he finally got stymied in the running attack. They couldn't get him the ball. It just was bad. George Kittle got a touchdown. We got our first interception. And we lost the game. If you would have told me that before the game, I was like, we won. We lost the game. We got an interception. First time since 2011, week 11 of last year. That's crazy. We crazy. We actually got an interception, and we lost. It doesn't matter. Demo probably should have went down there. We could have got some points there, but it was just an ugly game. They couldn't tackle. Kyle Shanahan after the game says, "We got our ass beat, and we got to take it like men." 100% facts. They got to take it like men, man. They got beat bad. We needed Fred Warner, man, in this one. You could tell that defense was really tired today. The whole team just looked out of sync. They looked very tired. O-line, definitely. Mac Jones, he just didn't have the mobility that we could have used because the O-line was rusty. I think Mac, definitely struggled against the Houston team that had a great defensive line. They were coming at him. I don't know. I think Purdy, if he was healthy, he probably would have played better because he does have the mobility there. The Texans, they've got an unbelievable front line. And also, you got to put the D'Amico factor in there. D'Amico was hungry for this win. He wanted to get this dub against Kyle, this teacher and the student. And it's like the first time the Texans beat the 49ers in years. With 2009. It's a long time coming. This was probably a game that they were hungry to get. They were hungry to get this dub. Who we play next? We played the Giants next. Our defense is bad, yeah. Yeah, it was Brad, like 100% mark. Everything was just bad, man. Absolutely. The Niners defense made the Texans receivers look like Rice and Moss. They had so many injuries. They had injuries just like us, and they were out there cooking, man. But I feel like a lot of people blame the secondary. To me, it's the lack of pass rush. They're not getting anything out there, right? No Bryce Huff, no Nick Bosa. Sam O got hurt in this game. Like, people were falling down. Jordan Elliott got hurt in this game. Who's out in the D-line, man? Who's out there? You can't get pressure. You're going to give a quarterback time to throw, and that's exactly what happened with the Niners. Like, what are you going to do when you don't have any pass rushers? You're going to not get pressure, and they're going to eat you up. So the Niners, they have to get healthy. Like, honestly, that stat that they put up there with Kyle Shanahan, the amount of, like, injuries and minutes, and it's crazy how many injuries the 49ers have sustained over the years with Kyle. Like, it's brutal. CJ had so much time. He could have made a turkey sandwich and still got passes off. It's crazy, man. He had so much time. He was so comfy. He was just chilling. He was like, "Okay, baby, let me see my receivers. Okay, there's an open guy, Braxton Berrios." Braxton Berrios was looking like prime Andre Johnson. Oh, my God. You don't think a trade's going to save this team? Might not. Yeah, one good thing, Chris, is we got our first interception. We did. We got our first interception. That was nice. I thought the momentum was shifting. When we got that interception, I was like, okay. We ended the half on a very good note. We scored, and we got an interception. And I was like, okay, we're cooking. No, we didn't. You know, one thing? There was this crazy stat. You guys will not believe it because I was ready to make the most viral stat at halftime. Did you know the 49ers have never been shut out in the first half of an NFL football game in their history? I was about to post the 49ers have been shut out for the first time in their franchise history. I was ready to tweet it. And then they scored that touchdown. So thank me for them to score it, because anytime I'm ready to like make some big viral post, the opposite happens. Like when I have a meme cooking, a good thing happens. Like a bad meme, a good thing happens. When I have a good meme, a bad thing happens. So I'm a gift and a curse. But I was ready to post. I was like, oh my God, the 49ers, I have the tweet stale in my drafts. If it happens again this year, it's going to happen. So I was about to tweet, 49ers have been shut out in the first half for the first time in NFL history. You can look it up. And it didn't happen. I couldn't believe it. So at that moment, I was like, oh God, the Niners are coming back. They're storming back. Touchdown, interception, and the second half started off bad. And we got another touchdown in a 2-point conversion. And we just could never build a rhythm. Just couldn't. And then mistakes. Stop cooking up means. That's what I do though. Was it a trap game? I don't think it was a trap game. Who we were looking forward to? New York. It wasn't a trap game. It was a injuries have caught up to this team game. This team was tired. I said it. Oh, I said, how many times do I tell you guys? 10 a.m. game. I don't know how many times I got to say it. 10 a.m. games are hard for this team. I got to wake up early. I know they got to wake up early. 10 a.m. Bags under the eyes season. It's tired. You can't function. If you're a West Coast guy and you're playing a 10 a.m. game, it's not easy. I'm telling you, 10 a.m. games are very tough. The team was tired. They didn't have any energy out there. They were beat up. They were battered. You could tell they needed Fred. You could tell they needed Huff. You could tell they needed Bosa. They were dropping out there like flies. It just was. And then D'Amico was ready to get some revenge. It was all the makings of a bad situation. Penalties. Juwan Jennings dropped. This man, Juwan Jennings, he made some big catches. I'll give him that. He redeemed himself on a few big plays. But penalties, the penalties and the drops, it's a bit much. This man wanted a massive extension this offseason. $20 million? $20 million? You dropping it back? Ain't no way. Would I trade JJ for a pass rusher? Yes. Yes. My man says, try being Hawaii. 10 a.m. is nothing. I need to get back to that Maui. Wow. Yeah, that 10 a.m. for Hawaii is not, it's crazy out there. I'm sure. I don't know how you do it. Like some people like in Germany and in London and like Hawaii, how you guys doing it? I'm tired at 10 a.m. I don't know how you guys are doing it. Candlestick curse, probably. All right, we got to make some calls. Do you think the Niners are trading Brandon Ayuk? No, I can't wait for him. Not a single sack either. Do we not have one sack in this game? You're right. Didn't even get a sack in this game. It's because you overdid the light show. Like, you know what? I'm gonna give you guys. This is what you guys are gonna get for tonight. You guys want to see something nice? We need. I'm not that mad over this loss. A lot of fans are like pissed off. I got like DMs and text people. Oh, fuck this team. Listen, man, we're 6-3. I'm still chilling. It is what it is. This is a tough game. I need the injuries would catch up, but I'm gonna give you guys an experience. Have you guys? I don't know. A lot of you guys haven't been to the light show at Levi Stadium. I'm gonna give you an experience, baby. Here comes the light show. There you have it. There you have it. You got to see something nice today. You got to see the Levi Stadium light show. 5-3. Sorry, 5-3. 5-3. 6-3. 5-3. Same shit. 5-3. Sorry. 5-3. My bad. Did I say 6-3? Yeah, 5-3. My bad. 5-3. You guys enjoy the light show. It was inspirational. I know. We're 5-3. I get it. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. You're right. I'm wrong. Okay. So let's just. I'm on the IR. Oh, it's not the same after a loss, huh? It's not the same after a loss. Serge says the last time we were 5-3, we went to the Super Bowl. See? Yeah, we were 6-3 next week. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Oh my God. Do you know what's crazy? When I was you guys listen to the announcers. The announcers were glazed in Houston. Obviously, they're Houston announcers. But there was one point where They came back from halftime, and like Chase Lucas, D Winners, they had went out or something, and they were coming back and they were checking them, and they were like, "There's the Niners trainer staff, the hardest working training staff in the NFL." I was like, "Yeah, they're the hardest working training staff because all their players are injured, dude." I was so sick, man. I was so sick. If we lose to the Giants, yeah, it's gonna be bad. Scatterbo's injury was nasty. I feel bad for Scat. Oh, we could beat the Giants, Scatterbo out for a season. I wouldn't sit there and say, you never know, man. You never know. You never know. And you know what? Just because he got injured, I don't want to say we could beat him. Prayers up to Scat, man. I like that guy. So it's unfortunate. Spent all that money on defense to get hurt. That's crazy. Like there was a stat, I gotta find it. The amount of money that is on the injured reserve list right now, it's so crazy. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Pass rush is bad. The O line is stinky. The O line is just bad. Colton McKivitz, man, he was getting beat up so bad. Will Anderson made him made him bad. He made him look bad tonight. Will Anderson was killing that dude. Like it was so bad. Colton McKivitz got a major contract extension this year. You know what I mean? Crazy. You think Ayuk will be rusty? He will be rusty when he comes back. But we need weapons, man. We need something. Injuries throughout the league have been bad. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. This team's tough. At least we got an interception. At least we got an interception, man. Shout out to Deommodore Lenoir. At least he did good. Hyena did good. George Kittle got a touchdown on national tight end. Jake Tonjes. This team, man. This team gives you like when they win, we're so oh my god, this is the best team. When we lose, oh my god, it's the worst team. Like this team, the vibes are just so great. It's a wild team. It's a wild team. It's a wild team. I don't know, man. Oh, Brandon says when CMC got hit hard, I got scared. Did you see? They collided on him. I did a little jump from myself. I was like, oh my god, but CMC was okay. I thought he might have died when he got hit like that towards the end of the game. The two linebackers came crashing in on him. Oh, I was scared for CMC. Yeah, it's a tough one. Tough one. Mac didn't play good. O-line didn't play good. D-line didn't play good. Secondary played. The Niners just didn't play good. Special teams had some moments. Brian Robinson. Mac had some moments. It's just too many mistakes. Just like the Jaguars game. He had many mistakes, and he couldn't capitalize when he made, decent plays. He just couldn't capitalize. Too many penalties, too many turnovers. It was ugly. Yeah. And at the end of the day, though, I'm really not that mad. Niners team is like, they're ravaged. So many injuries. You have Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Brandon Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall. You can go down the list of all the Brock Purdy. There's so many injuries, and it's like it is what it is. The fact that we've been winning with these injuries is like this is what you probably should have expected over the last couple of weeks, but they've been fighting through it. So it's like when they lose, it's like you're in a bad mood because we've been winning despite these injuries, and now we lose. It's like, oh my god, we suck. But we've been winning despite the injuries. At some point, the injuries are going to have to catch up to you. So again, I'm not too mad about this loss. It is what it is. Right? Like it could be worse. It could be worse. We're 5-3, guys. We're 5-3. Houston beat us with no receivers. Oh, we got no defense. So there you go. They had no receivers, but we had no defense to cover their no receivers. So it washed out. Both teams were super injured. But you can't use injuries as an excuse because obviously the Niners at 5-3 have been winning despite these injuries. I just think it was one of those games where everything caught up with us. The adrenaline wore off. I think last week we had a lot of adrenaline, home crowd, and I just think all that energy wore off. We were tired, man. You could just see they had no energy today. They just looked like me this week. Like honestly, I was tired as hell this week. I've been so tired, busy working this, that. Like last night, I went to bed early. Well, early for me. I woke up early, but they just retired. I could tell they had no energy. I felt it because I was tired too. Where's Michael Williams? He's more of a run stuffer. But us at the same time, they having him play more off the edge, and then he's getting doubled, and then you really don't have anybody on the other side. Sam O's hurt. Bryce Huff got hurt. There's no Nick Bosa. It's tough when you are down to like a rookie defensive end and you have no help out there, and he's getting doubled. He's not going to make an impact. So we do need edge rushers. Enrique says, feels like the hype to play for Fred was not there today. I don't think it wasn't that they weren't hyped to play for Fred. I just honestly think they ran out of gas today. They were just tired. They used so much energy last week to win that game. They used a lot of energy. I remember feeling how much energy was in that stadium. They were wiped out today. So it is what it is. My boy says, whenever I dream about the Niners, stop dreaming about the Niners, bro. Stop dreaming about the Niners. Dream about a girl or something. Dream about something else. Don't dream about the Niners. Did I see Cam Scatterbo? Yeah, it's tough. It looked like shite. It did. It looked slow today, absolutely. They have a whole week to recover. Sometimes a week's not enough when you're dealing with all these injuries. And also, you might be able to physically recover, but mentally, it's tough sometimes. You don't know what these guys are going through, like mentally, physically, after all these injuries, and it's tough, man. And then the travel. Look, I'm not making excuses for them, but there's a lot. You travel to another team. 10 a.m. games. I'm telling you guys, I've been saying this how many years? 10 a.m. games are the devil. They're so bad. Shout out to our punter. Bro, our punter got... You can dream about a girl so you can lose her. Exactly. Our punter put in more work than CMC, bro. Like, that is not good. When your punter is putting in more work than your offensive player of the year candidate, it is not good. Why is our bye week so far away? I know, I hate it. Next week, 10 a.m. game. I know, I'm not happy about these 10 a.m. games. The rest of the NFC West is on a bye. Yeah, that's actually crazy work. We could have got a bye this week. Leonardo Green. Leonardo. Yeah, Leonardo. Is he like Ninja Turtle? Leonardo, Donatello. He definitely was a good defense. Hey, no cap. Defense was bad, except if your name was Diablo Luna. That's it. Nobody feels sorry for us. You're right. Ugh, that was rough. Is the season cooked? No, we're 5-3. Not cooked. The NFC's wide open. They're gonna get. It's still early, guys. Like, it's not cooked, but it was not a good loss today. Definitely showed a lot of, holes, and it kind of exposed us a little bit. You got to get better. The thing is, the Niners have really good coaching and they can rebound, but you got to realize the other part of this factor is DeMeco Ryans, man. He wanted this win. He wanted this. DeMeco, if he wins one more game this season, at the end, if he only was able to win one more game this season, this was the game for him to come in and to beat Kyle Shanahan or Robert Saleh. This was the game he needed to, like this. It's a big game for DeMeco. He needed to get this game, and you could tell he was getting focused, bro. He was locked in. DeMeco was locked in, and good for him. He dog walked Kyle and Robert. Injuries didn't help us, but you can't use an excuse because they lost half their receiving crew. They got a lot of injuries too, but DeMeco came to play today, man. Season's cooked because we lost Fred and Bosa. They can get a pass rusher and be okay once Huff comes back. But yeah, Fred, you're not replacing Fred. You do need stars. I get it. But we're 5-3. They still got time. They could make it. They could make a playoff run for sure. Are they gonna make a deep playoff run? I don't know. You gotta see how the injuries play out at the end of the season with other teams. But why not feed CMC? They didn't have time to give him the ball. Their D-line, their linebackers were hunting. We couldn't do anything on offense. They had us sniffed out. Yeah, Stroud was playing 7-on-7. I agree. John and Kyle do need to fix things. I agree with that. Sebastian Valdez, Hulk, might as well. Like this thing at this point in the season, like why not bring in Sebastian Valdez? You got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Is Purdy coming back next week? He's got a chance. Got a chance. Imagine our defense against the Lions. They would cook us, bro. Not gonna lie. They were ready. We're not. Simple as that, Carl. Linebackers can't cover. Yeah, that's a big problem. You lose Fred, you lose the best coverage linebacker in the league. Like, they couldn't cover. They were eating us over the middle. Slant, 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 slant and go, slant and go. I was like, oh my God, can you stop a slant? Can you stop a slant? They couldn't stop a slant. Ricky should be back. I hope, man. I don't know. That knee injury's like looking like it's bad. Lynch better be on the phone. I got to get on the phone. I need to make some calls. John Lynchy. My boy, John. I might need you to be on those phones like right now. I know you're on the phone with me. I need you, as soon as this call is over, I need you to, here. Should I just give you the list of GMs to call? Here. I got the list right here. I got the list. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the list. Yes. I got the numbers right here on this paper. I'm gonna screenshot this, email it to you. I need you to make some good calls, bro. Can you get us a defensive line? I know you can't get us O-line. Give me some defensive players. Bro, we're falling like flies. John, make it happen. I don't want to lose next week. I don't want to be 5-4. I want to be 6-3. I already said we're 6-3. Don't make me look stupid. All right, John. Have a good night. Oh, John. Have a safe flight home. Love you, man. Take care. John Lynch, you got to make that call, man. You got to make that call. Got to make that call. 2 red cups on a string. Too much for the Texans having a bad O-line. We made them look good, huh? At this point, Mac Jones or Brock Purdy. Honestly, I don't think it matters. That O-line is so bad. That O-line was getting wiped out. It was bad. How long is Winters going to be out for? We don't know. We'll see tomorrow. So tomorrow, we'll get the injury updates from Mr. Kyle Shanahan himself. And he's going to let us know. He's going to let us know. He lost money on this game. A lot of people probably did. Yeah, it was a tough loss, man. All right. Let's see. Any more questions before we head out? That was a tough loss, man. McKivitz gave me a headache. This offensive line in general. Oh, the offense, defense, of everything. It just gave me a headache today. Mac was getting eaten alive, man. Yep. Count your days, Jennings. Are the Niners going to trade Juwan Jennings? Are the Niners going to trade Juwan Jennings? Do you guys think? What do you think? Why didn't we use Kittle more? I honestly don't think Mac had time to even like get him the ball. This man was under duress the whole game. Mac Jones was running for his life, dude. Is Will Anderson really that good, or is the offensive line really bad? I think both. The O-line is bad, but Will Anderson's a beast. He is one of the best in the biz. Yeah. They might trade Jennings, huh? They might. You think so? Maybe. Jorge says the defense looked undisciplined. That's a good way of putting it. The defense did look very undisciplined. They just looked very, very, very much so. And but that's a young defense. Young defense is going to make undisciplined type plays. They just played without focus. They just looked like they lost focus today. And that, again, when you don't have your captains, your leaders, like Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, and no disrespect to Lenore. I know he's a leader. He's a captain. This is the first time he's a captain. He's not a Fred Warner. He's not a Nick Bosa. You need those guys, especially Fred Warner. He gets everybody, he gets them all straight. You don't have that. You're going to be very undisciplined. You're going to be chaotic. They look like if you watch Brandon Pajemski play on the Warriors. The guy's all over the place. Niners were all over the place. They looked young. Absolutely, Big Paco. Stout can't tackle a lot of those plays. They couldn't tackle to save their lives. Yeah. Offense wasn't on the field, dude. That first quarter, I blinked and I missed it. Actually, I did. And then last week against the Falcons, they ran 19 plays on their first drive in the first quarter. This week, Houston ran 16 plays on the first drive in the first quarter. It's a bad start to each game. Like the tempo of each game starting has been bad these last 2 games. Last week we won So we had a lot of energy from Fred in the building, and we were like, emotionally riding that high. This week we were gassed out. Playing offensive line was optional for the Niners today. Yeah. For some reason, people think we're trading Brandon Ayuk. Is that true? No, it's not. Jair Brown has been struggling. He's up and down. He's a yo-yo. He had good plays, bad plays. He made up for a bad play. Then he'd have a good, right? He'd have a bad play. He'd have a good play, then a bad play, then a good. He's very inconsistent. But that's the Niners right now. Their defense is very inconsistent. They'll have a good play, bad play, good play, bad play, bad play, bad play, good play, good play, bad play. Oh my God, touchdown. That's the fucking defense. This is not the defense Saleh was expecting to ride with. Absolutely not. Nobody thinks he didn't think he was going to have, to lose Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. He thought he was going to have his dogs. I mean, he's done amazing, and Bryce Huff. He's done an amazing job considering everything that's happened. But I mean, even the greatest coach would have a hard time, managing this. Talk about the first down. What first down? It took us. How long did it take us to get our first down? Almost at the end of the first half. Look, come on, man. They can't get first downs. They can't do nothing. This offense was just bad. It was bad because of the O-line. If your O-line's not blocking, quarterback's not going to have time. You're not going to be able to run the game, run the ball. Can't get first downs. You got to punt the ball. Thomas Morstead was putting in work. His back, bro. I bet you Thomas Morstead's he's going to be tired tonight. He's going to need a cold plunge, hot bath, contrast, everything. He's going to need it all. He's going to need deep tissue. He's going to need it all. He's going to need the massage. Hold it. You know what? Yeah, this Miss Kim. Yeah. I have a 49ers player I need to have you contact. His name is Thomas Morstead. Puncher. Yeah, he doesn't usually get. I know you know all the. Listen, I know you don't know who he is. He doesn't usually get much action. So he's the punter. He kicks the ball when they fail to score first, like get first downs, and we have to get the ball back. That's his job. He's the punter. He kicks the ball away when the Niners have to get rid of it. Okay, turnover on down. So he's the puncher. I'm gonna need you to go to his place. I'll slide you the address. I'll email you. I'm gonna need you to give him a massage, deep tissue, everything. The whole works. Can you do that for him? He's like 40, so he's probably got sciatic issues tonight after the game. Can you? I'll great tip is coming your way. Don't worry, you can get it. Okay, send you the address. I just give him the best massage. He's really probably tired. He had a long game today. He punted a lot. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate you. I'm gonna give him a call. Let him know. Yo, Thomas, Mr. Morstead. A little busy game. Yeah, you feeling it? I'm sure you're sore. I put some lidocaine patches in your bag. You should have them when you get on the airplane. Put some on. I'm sending a masseuse to your house. She's gonna come and massage you away, man. Have a good night, bro. You need it. You worked busy. You were working more than CMC. I know. Your back got to be tired, man. Have a good night. So Thomas Morstead, the punter, I've got him a massage lady coming tonight when he gets home in the Bay. His back's probably sore. So, there you go. It is what it is. The Niners take the loss and live to see another day. 5-3. We gotta we gotta hopefully improve next week. We gotta fix whatever was. We got a lot to fix, but we got a week. Let's hope that this team comes back hungry because this was an ugly loss, man. Ugly loss. You guys have a good rest of your night. Have a happy, safe Halloween this week. This Friday, coming up Friday, is Halloween. Love y'all. Go Niners.